Good morning, everybody. This is Martin John, and you're listening to the Tao of the Day. Starting early, I am traveling once again today, and so I am looking forward to getting this started and getting us off on the right foot for the weekend. This is the Friday edition of Tao of the Day, so you will not be hearing from me over the weekend. I'll be sharing Tao of the Day from New York, and I'm excited about that for Monday. And we'll be on Eastern time, but I still try and keep in mind all of my people throughout the states and all of the wonderful time zones that exist out there in the world. Yesterday, I think I read 20 for myself or 44. I don't know. I've been doing so much. I read 44 yesterday, and I shared that with my love, Andy Scarantino. I'm noticing 65 today, so let's go ahead and look at 65. So what is Tao of the Day? Tao of the Day is every day, weekdays here on Wisdom. I share a bit of wisdom from the Tao Te Ching. I invite you to come up and pick a number between 1 and 81. I will read its corresponding chapter of the Tao Te Ching, and almost invariably you will find something going on in your life that refers to. It's such a beautiful experience. It's something I've been doing for a long time. I carry a copy of the Tao in my car. And Lois, how are you? Hey, girl.
Good morning,
Good
Martin. How you
morning.
doing?
I'm doing well. It is a muggy morning out here in the Midwest, and I'm going to be traveling out to the East Coast later today, and so yeah, we're just getting started a little early today. You are up.
This is my birthday, man.
Oh, that's
Woke
right.
up so
Happy
that I can get.
birthday!
Wait. This TV just came up out of nowhere. Let me find the remote. I'm sorry.
No, I woke up
That's
and I
right.
said, "I'm
Happy
gonna."
birthday. You know what? I have it. I have your contact in my phone, and I put your birthday in it. I haven't opened my phone, and I was saying like all day. I was just like, I gotta text Lois today, happy birthday, and I've been saying that all week
Okay, then
because
that was you, then, cause I was sound asleep and my body said, "What you doing? You broke that routine of getting up at 4 in the morning. What the hell?" And then it's only to sit here and watch reruns, well, whatever YouTube Family Feud episodes. I'm sorry, cause this stuff is funny. Okay,
yes,
people
they
say the
are.
stupidest things.
That's
I'm
right.
like, the sun is a planet now. Okay, and then they got points for it. I was like, what the
That's right.
okay, but anyway,
Top 10 answers are on the board.
yeah, okay. So I because I don't watch TV. That's like I said, I need something to do. But anyway, since it's my birthday and I don't know which one to pick. It's July the 8th, or do I pick the 7 for the 6-1, or do I pick 61? See.
Oh, are you 61 this year?
Yeah, I'm 61 this year.
Okay, well that means you have
Born
you.
in 61 and
So
is
let's
61.
so this is what I did on my birthday, because today you're actually starting your 62nd year.
Yes.
It's because I turned 47 this year. I picked 48 because I was starting my 48th year.
Okay, do
So
that.
we're going to go ahead and pick 62,
Okay.
because 62 is the year that you are now beginning this your 62nd year. And that's how I look at it, because you have your 0 year, that's your first year. And
Uh-huh.
so now you're 61, meaning you completed 61 years. Now
Right.
your 62nd year is going to align with this. Maybe.
Okay.
Every living thing gets its strength from the Tao. Good people respect the value of the Tao. The wicked and foolish don't, but Tao provides for them anyway. Some people gain power and prestige through fancy words, other through great deeds. But Tao is available to everyone, not just the powerful. So don't look down on anybody. When people become powerful and everybody lines up to kiss their ass, sit still and stay right with the Tao. Why have the masters always respected the Tao? Because when you get right with the Tao, you can always find what you need to get by, and trouble can never find you.
Okay, that was so good, but I got stuck on sit your ass down.
I kiss their ass.
I'm
When
sorry,
every
that was
when
funny
when
too.
when
They
people
need to make
become
a dial that talks like that.
yeah,
Cause that one got me.
yeah.
Okay, let's start from the
When people become powerful and everyone lines up to kiss their ass, sit still and stay right with the Tao. I do that. Like I hate it when I see people like, "Oh man, you're trying." And like it's funny like yeah, that's what I love to just kind of sit
ass
still.
kissing and gently giving somebody a compliment. You know,
Yeah.
and when I thought about that, I was like, okay, they kissing ass. I don't want mine kissed. Sit on it.
That's right.
That's what I thought. That's what I saw. I was like, oh my God, Louis, you visual. Okay, let's start from the beat. Let's start from the top and let's dismantle this. We haven't done
Okay,
that in a
yeah.
minute.
So everything gets its strength from the Tao. Good people respect it for the good people respect the value of the Tao, and wicked people are foolish and don't. But Tao provides for them anyway.
Now, and I see that to say is regardless to who you are, that the spirit, I'm going to use the Tao as the spirit of God. The spirit
Mm-hmm.
of God, that energy, that essence of you is developed to everybody. Everybody don't connect with it though.
Right.
Most people are
And
connected to their ego.
that's right. And when I look at that, when I see everything gets its
Hmm.
strength from the Tao. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Everything, this wall got energy in it, and that's what
That's right.
together. Okay,
Yep.
the thought is the energy that you know what I'm saying. So
Yep.
you go. So let's go. That's good.
Now, good people respect the value of the Tao, and wicked and foolish don't. But the Tao provides for them anyway, and that's the thing. Like the Tao is there for you know even the people who are like, I don't believe it, it's stupid. Da 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 da. Tao provides for it anyway.
Yeah,
It doesn't. The Tao is not sitting here making judgments and saying I'm going to
like
provide for you because you're good, and I'm
yeah.
not going to provide for you because you're bad.
Only you get the energy. Only you get the life. Only you get this. Oh no, it's not like that. Everybody got that spark within them. Some people just don't pay no attention to it. That's
That's right. And even if you don't pay attention, the Tau's
it.
going to come
Still work.
in
The,
and
the,
it's going to be working through you, and you can take credit for it. You can run around saying, "Look at what I did." And you can do
uh,
that and Tao don't give a damn.
no, pure.
And that's the one thing I always see, like that's the one thing that kind of pulls me away from a lot of the traditional religious stuff is because it's always like this almighty God needs you to do some shit to kiss his ass. And I'm always like, well, if he's that almighty, fuck him. Like, like anytime I walk into places that are like, you have to do these things in order for God to love you, I'm like, I know something that doesn't need me to do anything, doesn't even need me to believe in it, and it's going to love me anyway. And that's the God that I believe in.
And that's the one I believe in. The pure love. Nothing. I look at it this way. God is love, and all there is love. If you really look at what is, it's all that love, light, energy, everything. So to me, I see it differently too. I used to think I was like, I know I had a hard time reconciling that God that will kill me because I tripped over something and made a
Mm-hmm.
okay, or because I spilled the milk on the table. You know what I
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
mean? So, because those are things that were like, no, you don't do that. I'm like, I'm a kid. I'm trying to pour milk that you should be pouring in this kid's bowl. This is my little brother. This ain't my, about baby.
Yeah.
And I'm a little kid, so yes, I spill, but no. But yeah, it's a matter of understanding that, but people don't get it. But go here to the next
Yeah,
slide.
yeah, yeah. Some people gain power and prestige through fancy words, others through great deeds.
Mm-hmm.
But Tao is available to everyone, not just the powerful. So don't look down on anybody.
That's right. Because the one I look at this way, I could be in anybody's position, whether they way up at the top or supposedly the top or the what is it? I'm doing air quotes, and I'm like I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to make this noise and I couldn't do it. The air quotes, the top or the bottom, because I didn't been a base, I didn't been a bound, but I still was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wasn't nothing, did nothing change except my health status, and I didn't had, what I mean, with all the money, didn't have no money,
Mm-hmm.
so that's why I don't worry about stuff because, man, if I could tell you who told you how many houses full of furniture I done walked away from,
Yeah.
I didn't go give a shit about stuff, but I care enough to know that some stuff is needed for me to have a more comfortable life. So in that I'm grateful. But I see that the Tao, God, the love, light, energy that I'm made of, provides me with everything I need as I need it, and I don't have to struggle and strive, or worry anymore. And that's the caveat, you know, because it's there. I ain't got to go work for it. I ain't got to break my neck. I ain't got to bend over backwards and kiss no asses and
That's right. That's
and
right.
all that stuff I thought was necessary before because that's what the people that I'm gonna say like
Mm-hmm.
that we were under the
That they is
influence.
in quotes.
Okay, yeah. Oh, look, I'm doing that quotes. Okay, you can't see me doing this,
I got you. I got you. I heard it.
but you
I
know it.
heard it.
But yeah, so okay, go ahead.
You
This
know,
is
I wanna cover this section one more time. Like
okay.
some people gain power
Mhm.
and prestige through fancy words, others through great deeds. And we look at politicians, and
Mhm.
we look at people in even corporate world. Like if you've ever worked in the corporate world, like I mean, I can only imagine. I only did a small stint as a consultant in a couple
Mhm.
companies and stuff. But people move up because they do certain things and they position themselves in certain ways and they talk about themselves. And I've seen teams in the corporate world like be led by asinine people who have
Oh.
made their way there because they just said the right things to the right people. And you know the Tao is available to those who are humble and those who are quiet as well. And so often, like I'm seeing this wonderful woman, Andy, and
Mhm.
Andy was a server for a long time. And I always said, like the type of person you are is how you treat your server, not how you treat the pilot, or not how you treat the chef, or not how you treat, you know, the person at the head of the table. It's how you treat the lowest person in the room,
Amen.
you
Amen.
know.
Man, I know. I think sometimes when we're meant to do great things, we begin as a server, because my
Yeah.
first paid real W-2 job, is what they call it, I guess, was as a server as well, and
Yeah.
so much fun there until I started getting cheated. When they that's just when they made that thing where tips were mandatory, that you got to split them with everybody, even though they didn't work for them.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna be real. That's when I said, okay, I know I'm only 17 years old, and I know that most people don't make $50 or $60 a night in tips, but now they finna take mine because they only make five and they only make six. No, I'm out. They're not taking my money.
Right,
And
right, right.
y'all ready to give away the tips? Because I worked hard. You know,
Mm-hmm.
man, I was smiling. I was me. And I had this
And
boss.
that's the thing, so often we try, like we talk about the idea of equity and equality and stuff,
Mhm.
but it's like you went out there and busted your ass to do something, and then they're taking your tips and bringing it
Yeah,
to other people just to try and make it okay. But it's like
because we weren't
the
paying
shit's
nobody.
just not okay. Shit is not
Oh.
always equitable. Shit isn't always the same. But when you have your experience and don't blame it, or don't put it on other people, that your experience is, your responsibility is the experience of others as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, then you balance things out, and that's how things, because you trust the Tao. You
Yeah.
don't try and step in and fill in that gap.
No, and when they did that, and I'm gonna tell you this, before they did that, they decided, well, Lois doesn't get the booths anymore. She gets them tables that nobody wants to sit at. And even at
Right.
the nobody wanted to sit at, I still made 50, $60 a night.
Yeah. Well, there you
They were
go.
like, "What? How did you do that? You only had so many people." I'm like, "Cause people like me, because I check on them and I make sure they're okay, and and then I'm genuine. And if they laughing, what we laughing about over here? Oh my
Yeah.
god!" Dear. And I'd be seriously interested. It wouldn't be no. It wouldn't. I wasn't fake. Put it like this: I wasn't fake when I was a teenager,
Right.
and I ain't fake now. So
Right.
I do understand the power of the fact that, hey, it's everybody. I don't.
It's your
Everybody's
experience.
the same. Everybody's
Yeah.
the freaking same, and that's why they didn't bother me. That's why I didn't have no problem
Right.
talking to people, and I didn't say, "Ooh, I don't want the racist lady in my section," because this one lady would come in every day,
Yeah.
and nobody wanted to serve her because she was really nasty to black people.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, give her to me, yay!"
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
like, "You stupid." And they said she ain't gonna give you a tip. Da, 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 da. She only gives the white people tip. I was like, oh please, man. And I'm say this now. The lady, she didn't want to give me a tip. I know she didn't, but she couldn't help but it. And it wasn't but a quarter. But the thing is, she wasn't giving up nothing to no black person. So
Right.
that was a victory. The manager's like, "You did what? She gave you?" I said, "Yeah, she gave me a fucked up quarter, but hey, she left here thinking differently about who I am."
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Okay, and that was all that mattered to me because I just knew. I'm like, she's just a person. Yeah, she's just a person. I didn't give her. I didn't. I can remember this. I couldn't even didn't even give her a chance to treat me bad.
That's
'Cause
right.
nice,
That's right.
so good. Yes.
You're
That,
wrapping up, but come back up, and then we'll finish this
all
off.
right.
So yeah. So we're talking about number 62. Um, Lois just turned 61 today. Happy birthday to her. And we're going through this, and what we're going to talk about this next line. When people become powerful and everybody lines up to kiss their ass, sit still and stay right with the Tao.
I love that one. Now, the reason I also love that one because my daddy worked with a lot of prominent musicians, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And they would all come to the house, and we all know what goes with musicianship, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And money and all power and all that stuff. A whole lot of drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
And when I saw all those people that everybody was ooh over, and I saw them pissy drunk and zonked out of their freaking mind, it made me know, well, hey, they just like regular people.
Yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
they didn't draw no delineation. So that was an experience I was grateful for having as a child because I never became a fan of a big fan of anybody who made a lot of money. You know what I mean? Of the
Yeah.
normal people. Oh, I idolize them because they on TV. It's like fuck
Yeah.
you. They, I like the Eddie Murphy movie, Coming to America, and fuck you too. So no, it makes a difference. It makes a difference when you know that people are the same regardless of what color, what race, what size, how their wallet is, what size they are, or anything like that. How they talk, whether they talk smart or talk stupid. And because I know I can talk smart and I can talk stupid. I know that I
Mm-hmm.
have had money and I've had no money. I
Yeah.
know that I've been homeless and I've had a home. You know,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I know that I've been abased, what they said, abased and abound, and I can still be joyful, and I mean, so to me, this is wonderful because it's setting, I'm gonna let this set the tone.
Yeah,
Just be by just
I
being.
sent this to you on Instagram, by the way, so you'll have this
Okay.
to
Okay.
kind of look over. But one of the interesting things that I see here is, like, it says don't look down on anybody
No.
in the one verse, and then the other one is don't don't try and kiss the ass of the powerful, right? So here
Yeah.
it says some people gain their power and prestige through fancy words and great deeds,
Mm-hmm.
but the Tao is available to everyone,
Right.
not just the powerful. Now, when people become powerful and
Mm.
everyone lines up to kiss their ass, sit still and stay right with the Tao, because the Tao is available to everyone, not just the powerful. And if like there's that one line in the Tao here where it says, "Don't overesteem great people." Maybe
Yeah.
that's even this one in a different translation. I'm gonna check over here. Um, no, no, it's a different one, I think.
Well, that is still saying that.
Yeah, it's still saying don't
Okay.
overesteem motherfuckers because like they're gonna do what they do,
Mm-hmm.
and if and that's why it's like this is about like treating everybody equally. Don't look
Yeah.
down on
Don't
anybody,
put
and don't
nobody on
look
no
up
damn
to anybody.
pedestal.
Yeah,
Nobody goes on the pedestal, and
nobody
nobody
goes on a
goes under
pedestal.
under the to the curb.
That's
That's what
right.
they used to say
That's
back in the
right.
day. Oh
Yeah,
man, he was gone. He went to the curb on that one. No,
yeah,
nobody has to be at the curb like the trash,
that's
and
right.
nobody has to be sparkly because there's no because the thing is we all are the same. We all have good parts about us, quote unquote. Again, I don't like labels, but good parts and bad parts of our personalities, the shadow side, the whatever, the
Right. We got
ego and
parts
the
we got to work on, and we got
yeah.
parts we've worked on.
Yes, exactly. And the thing is that just because you see a homeless person in the street, don't mean that they did drugs and alcohol to get there. Shit.
Yeah,
Some
it's
people
just
are
where they
homeless
are right now.
because they're mentally ill. Some people are homeless because they got sick
Mm-hmm.
and they lost their job when they was in the hospital and when they were in recovery. I know I had to quit because I was sick. And
And I'm gonna
after a
tell you,
while, money
the
ran out.
longer if you find yourself homeless, you're fighting an uphill battle for your sanity.
Yes, you
Because
are.
not having four walls, like if you've ever been homeless, you know that once you lose four walls, you've lost more than four walls.
Yes, you have because for those four walls represented a whole bunch of stuff. So
They
I
give you, yeah, they help, and that's why they talk about the Tao in this way of like, a house is walls,
hmm
but what you use is what's inside. And
right.
when I talk about the feminine masculine, when you are overwhelmed in feminine, overwhelmed in the void, and
Mm-hmm.
you are out there on the street, everything you think, everything you say, everything you do just dissipates into the vastness of space.
Mm-hmm.
That can be maddening. And when you go into a home, when you find four walls, all of a sudden you have somewhere to put something.
Yeah. You're
And that's your
encapsulated.
sanity.
You feel secure, you feel encapsulated. Now I wasn't all the way on the street, thank you, Jesus. I was just in my car and I just didn't have my own address.
Uh huh.
I couch surfed. I
Mm-hmm.
go to I mean I paid people to couch surf. I didn't it was oh well let me sleep in your couch. I ain't got no, I paid people to couch surf. I bought people food with the food stamps that they gave me just so
Mm-hmm.
I can have a place to live. I could I did whatever it took because me and my daughter was sick, you know.
Right.
So I couldn't even stop fighting when I was sick. Because if I did, I would have been purely completely on the street. Because I sure did end up one of them homeless motels. Okay, and that was not the business. Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
However, I was grateful for it because some people didn't have that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Uh huh.
Because they had bugs. Oh my Jesus! I was like, oh my God, we got to stay here a whole month. I
Yeah.
can't live with these bugs, so I bombed it. I bombed the
Mm-hmm.
motel. I was like, I can't live with no roaches. But
That's right.
yeah, but the thing is, if you know how to be a base and be a bound, you know how to go up and you know how to go down, you'll be okay because this is a life of contrast and ups and downs and sideways, left and right, and all that kind of stuff. And you got to be able to maintain your peace no matter where you are. And the Tao is there for you to have that peace. God is there for you. And I'm not talking about the God of specifically the Bible or
Yeah, right,
God.
right, right.
This,
Yeah, I
it's
got
that love, light, energy is there for you. Because when I had nothing else, nothing, and I was laying dying, uh, I had the Tao.
that's right. And here we wrap this one up beautifully as we're speaking. Why have the masters always respected the Tao? Because when you get right with Tao, you can always find what you need to get by. And
Amen.
trouble can never find you.
Amen.
You
Because
know,
like,
yes, you're going to be challenged.
mm-hmm,
But when, that there's that one in the other translation, like troubles are no trouble for her, the master. It's
that's
all right. You got this.
okay. And if my thing is, if I didn't have it on this side of life, I'd have had it on the other side. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
I was not worried about certain things. So, but like I said, I have a different point of view because maybe because I've been through so much, and
Right.
maybe because I grew up on the survivor, the first as a survivor, not as a with a silver spoon.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you. So my takeaway, my big takeaway is continue to be in myself, stay focused, stay centered, and recognize that no matter where I go, whoever I'm encountering, I can namaste. There it is.
Yeah.
The God in you, and you ain't no better than me. You may got more money, you may dress nicer, or you may by your standards. Because to me, I dress the best,
That's right.
and I
That's
don't
right.
care what I wear because I'm gonna dress the best for me. Okay, for that day, whatever I'm feeling. This is what I'm putting on. Yes, I am the best dressed person in the room because I'm best dressed for me because I did my best dressing my ass. Then
That's right.
do
That's
it
right.
what the trends are. It don't have nothing
That's right. It
to
don't
do with
matter.
it.
It don't
It
matter.
don't
It
matter,
just
but
matters who you are right now at this moment.
there it is. And so that's what's telling me to stay firmly planted and rooted, and no matter how my energy changes or how I level up or go sideways, or even if I relapse, and I don't plan on it, but nobody
No. But
relapse.
it's on the table. It's an
It's on
option.
the table. It is on the table because
It's always an option.
it's always so. As long as I continue being me and recognizing where my center is, my center of gravity is, I can maintain standing.
That's right.
If I lose my center of gravity, I'm gonna fall on my fucking face. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
Because if I take that center away, that God part, that God spark, that love, all that out, then I actually feel the relapsing happening by the triggers that I feel.
That's right. And
Okay,
you have to face those triggers
and you
every
have
time
to
they come up. If
there.
it's fear, face it. If it's
Mhm,
anger, face it. If it's like, and I even get into the whole idea of like, if you get overly excited,
mhm,
happy, face
mhm,
it, because that's a trigger telling you that maybe you don't deserve something, or maybe you have, and then that happiness, that ecstasy is going
mhm.
to turn into fear if you don't face it, if you don't look at it, you don't figure out why is it that you're so happy
Yes,
about this, because happiness, there is another side of that happy coin,
yeah,
and bliss, that idea, like, and I use that word lightly, is just
mhm,
like that sense of neither happy nor sad. You are content here in this moment, being
yeah.
who you are, without thought, without thinking about what you're about to do, without trying to plan it out, without trying to be anything more than you are at this moment.
Amen. And that's what's real right there. Just being right here, right now. There's not no good. There's not no bad. There just is. All there is love. And that's all I see is love. When I walk out the door, I see love everywhere. When I look at
Mm-hmm.
trees, I see love. When I look at the cars and the people and the multitudes of everything, the grab blades, all I see is love in abundance.
Yeah.
So I'm just for me, and that's where I like staying. And I know I'm gonna go up and down in emotions depending on what happened, what trigger comes up. But I
Mm-hmm.
recognize that triggers are just catalysts for my growth. They're more fertilizer. It's like, oops, I missed that piece of fertilizer. I didn't see that spot. Okay, let's water it with some tears or with some understanding or just feel it. So from the biggest thing is facing it. It's not facing the fears. It's not facing the pain. It's not facing the stuff. We all face it. It's allowing yourself to feel it and let it pass through. It's just energy. Let it pass through. And when we allow this to pass through us, we're not holding on to it. We don't have all that extraness.
Yeah.
And why we got extraness now is because we had stuff happen to us in our youth, or maybe yesterday, in some for some people, and we just held on to it when it was supposed to just come to teach us something, and we're supposed to let it feel it, let it go, sit with it for a minute if you have to, and figure out what it's there for, and then let this stuff go. It's not to sit in it. It's not to sit. We're not supposed to sit in anything. Everything is moving. You can't stand in the river in the same place because the river's constantly moving. It ain't the same every time the water is running through your feet. So
Yeah.
that's how we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be in flux and flow. And when we're in flow, we get to grow because we're not letting any other of the pebbles in the water and the little big ones and the boulders stop us from our meandering through like the water. That's why I love Bruce Lee's "Be Like Water."
Mm-hmm.
That has helped me for so long. Just be like water, Lois. Let it flow. Let it
Yeah.
flow. Ignore that shit and let that shit go. So that's why I talk shit all the time. No, I'm serious. That's what I know. And that's why I do it because I recognize what the shit is. It's like, okay, let it go.
That's
If you
right.
don't let it go, you can't grow.
That's right.
That's the kicker. If you don't let go of the crap, you don't get to grow. The crap will harden itself all around and it be petrified shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's you. Then that's you because you didn't petrify it all. Let all that stuff stick to you and stay. You didn't let it flow through and cause the growth process or cry. All you do is for me. When the shit comes, if I let it go and cry, man, the shit goes and my tears will fertilize it, and then I grow. But most, and I won't say most, I know some people that I've talked to like to hold on to shit. And I'm like, no more shit holding for me. And I ain't gonna be full of it no more either. If I see it, I'm gonna deal with it.
Yeah.
Even if I don't like it. And I don't like it. Who likes to see shit on them?
Well, I'm telling you,
You
right?
know.
But like here, just as we wrap this up,
Mhm.
because when you get right with Tao, you can always find what you need to get by. And that means you face your shit. And that's
Very
the thing. If you step into it, you will be supported through it. But if
yeah.
you avoid it, if you
Hmm.
step away from it, if you
Hmm.
don't step into it, you will find that it is calling you harder. And that
That's
means that shit is going to start to stink and people are going to see it.
yes, 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 yes. And how do you know you need change? You see the shit flies in the maggots, according to Queen Bee. I
Yes.
was like, oh my God, I love that. I'm gonna keep on using it. But yeah, when you see shit flies and maggots in your life, you need change. But thank you, Martin John. I love you.
Absolutely.
And thanks for calling me mentor.
And happy birthday, Lois. I am so grateful that we can celebrate your birthday here on Wisdom. You're beautiful. I appreciate you. Mary Kay, Mary Elizabeth, how are you doing? It's been a while. I know you were on a little while, a couple days ago.
Yeah,
How are you, love?
good, getting better. I gotta tell you, Lois, happy birthday. I dumped all the alcohol today.
Oh, good.
Morning.
Well, I know there's always a struggle there, and I'm real grateful that you have done that, and I'm really
Yeah,
grateful for you, and it's not easy, sweetheart, and the B process of everything, withdrawal and all that kind of stuff, like that comes in, and I want you to have grace for yourself. I want you to go where you need to go. I want you to face your shit. I want you to do whatever you need to do. And if you drink again or whatever, hey, don't even sweat it. We still love you, and you're more important than your sobriety.
that's right. So this morning I got up, and believe me, I don't drink a lot. I mean, it's not like I sit 12 hours a day drinking,
No,
no.
I know,
But
but I also know that it's
but I
not easy.
no, I don't like the fact that there's alcohol in the house. And
Right,
when I have nothing to do, that's what I resort to.
right.
And I don't like it anymore. And
Well, good.
in 2 years, I escalated, not this, because I'm home more than 2 years. So I need to find a different outlet. more creative. And it's so nice seeing you, Martin.
Oh, thank you. It's so beautiful to be connected. And I know, like that. It's always important to just be able to be like, do I like that I'm doing this? And when you can tell yourself no, you don't have to change right away. But once you recognize that you don't, change is afoot. It is happening somewhere deep inside. So let's pick a number from the Dow and see what sort of guidance you might have as you enter the weekend.
24.
24. All right, let's see. He who stands on tiptoe doesn't stand firm. He who rushes ahead doesn't go far. He who tries to shine dims his own light. He who defines himself can't really know who he is. He who has power over others can't empower himself. He who clings to his work will create nothing that endures. If you want to accord with Tao, just do your job, then let go. You know, as I read this verse specifically for you today, you know, I look at this last line, just do your job, then let go. You know, the idea of you getting rid of all your alcohol for the house, like that is you doing your job. Now you could stay in your mind and you can think about what that means. You can attach meaning to it. And that will keep you thinking about alcohol. Or you could just let it go. You know, you could just be like, okay, it's all gone now. Now what? Now what do I do? You know, and then we look at the beginning lines here. He who stands on tiptoes doesn't stand firm. You know, standing on tiptoes is an interesting sort of image. You know, why would you stand on tiptoes? You stand on tiptoes to reach something. You stand on tiptoes because you want to look further into the horizon, maybe. You stand on tiptoes because you want to appear bigger than you are. You know, all of these things are about thought. All of these things are about holding on to something. All of these things are about observing or being observed in a specific way. But like when you do that, you don't stand firm. You know, standing firm in your decision, if you want to accord the Tao, just do your job, then let go. If that's what we look at this whole verse kind of pointing to, do your job, then let go. Well, if your job is to reach something, you reach it. And if you can't, you just let go. You don't try and see further into the distance. You don't try and like do something that you cannot do. If you can't reach it, then you can't reach it. Because if you do try and stand on your tiptoes, you might just fall. You might hurt yourself even more. So you don't overextend yourself to try and do something that's not your job. You do your job. You throw out the alcohol and you let go. You don't throw out the alcohol and then say, "Uh-oh, now I'm alone. Uh-oh, now I don't have this." You just throw it out and you let go. You know, as this piece continues to read, it says, he who rushes ahead doesn't go far. If you throw out your alcohol and then assume that is the end of the road, then, and you just want to get to a place where what you imagine that to mean is, well, then maybe you're rushing. And if you're rushing to be something that you're not right now, something that you're going to be, well, then you might miss it. You won't go far. You know, like when you go, they say, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. You know, like that's a big deal. There's a big difference there. You know, but if you rush ahead, once again, you're going to fall flat on your face. I know there's another translation of this that's a little more graphic. And let me see if I can pull it up really quick. It says, keep your feet firmly planted unless you want to fall flat on your face. Learn how to pace yourself if you want to get anywhere. Don't call attention to yourself if you want people to notice your work. So that is a different translation of the same verse. And that's the thing, right? Like, You're going to either fall flat on your face, and if you want to get anywhere, you got to pace yourself. So you've thrown out your alcohol, and I'm really grateful for that. Now you have to continue to pace yourself. You have to make sure that you're staying in accordance with Tao. You want to make sure that you're treating yourself with grace. Because if you get away from yourself here, you're gonna fuck it up. He who tries to shine dims his own light. You are here humble in this moment. Humble to the, like you said, like when there wasn't anything else, you turned to alcohol. Now, there's still not anything else. But there's also not alcohol. That's going to be a painful moment for you. And if you try to avoid that moment, if you try to avoid the thoughts that come with that moment, if you try to avoid yourself in that moment, once again, you're going to fall flat on your face. And that's the thing. That's the thing with living. We need to be able to be here in accordance with the Tao. Just do your job, then let go. This is not going to be easy, but it's not supposed to be. Like, this doesn't mean you're going to stop drinking forever. It just means you're not going to have it in the house. And that's all it means. Can you keep to that promise?
I think I can.
And that's it. Like, now facing those moments when you don't have anything, can you sit with yourself? Can you sit and just wait? In the Tao, it talks about the idea that can you wait until your water settles and your water is clear, right? Until the mud settles and the water is clear. Because when the water is clear, you can see, but you have to let it settle. Alcohol has been stirring up so much stuff in your life every day. Maybe it's going to settle now. Just do your work, then let go. As you express this moment of, I don't know what to do, you will find yourself in a space of doing what you need to do. And that might take a week, a month, it might take years before you know what to do without alcohol. But this is your experience and one that you have to face. He who defines himself can't know who he really is the next line. When you define yourself as anything, when you define yourself as someone who doesn't know what to do, once you have a definition of who you are, you can't know who you really are because you're too busy sticking up for the definition of who you have been. And if you don't mind me saying, Mary, like, you have a lot of definitions for what you are and who you are. Your history tells us everything about who you are, but you are someone different today. You are not the person who's walked away from money, who's walked away from marriages, who's walked away from relationships, who's been alone. You're not alone today. At this moment, you are loved. Now, can you see that love? Can you embrace that love? Can you find that love within your life without holding on to the definitions that you're alone?
Wow, you
That
just
you
put a
have to do it on your own.
smile on my face.
What's that?
Just put a huge smile on my face.
He who has power over others can't empower himself. He who clings to his work will create nothing that endures. He who clings to his work will have nothing. He who clings to his own definition will create nothing that endures, right? Like here's the thing. You are going to be able to grow into who you are by letting go of the definitions and by not clinging to that which you do. You aren't what you do, Mary. You're who you are, and you're everyone. You're perfect as you are. Now, getting rid of this identity of the human experience, right? Of this tininess, this little definition that you have of yourself. That even if you think you're even if you think you're amazing, your mind can only fathom amazing in some sort of a box of understanding. So all of that has to do with, like, he who defines himself can't know who he really is. Once you define yourself, you put yourself in a box. Once you have an identity, you're in a box. You're not free to be actually anything and everything you are. This is why it states at the end, if you want to accord with the Tao, if you want to align with the Tao, if you want to have Tao in your life, just do your job and let go. That means in this moment you do your job. And then the next moment, that job that you just did doesn't matter. This new moment, there's a new job, and you're going to do that. When we stop talking, your job is no longer to pay attention. Your job is no longer to be present with me. It's going to be present with you in this room right now, in this room that you find yourself in this city, in this place, as you are, and there is no alcohol in the house. What is your job now? Your job may be to deal with the discomfort of not knowing what your job is. And that is just fine.
Wow. I don't know what to say.
Well, I wish you the best on this, and I'm sure this isn't the first time you've gotten rid of alcohol in your home,
No.
but I do wish you the best as you step into this weekend. Weekends are hard, and like, I want you to know that you're being loved and you're being held.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Wow.
You have a wonderful weekend,
Thank
and we'll catch up next week maybe.
Okay. You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Wait.
Okay. I'm going to end it there as I step into the weekend. Thank you guys so much for joining me for Tao of the Day. I'm your host, Martin John. If you benefit from the work I do, please consider giving me a tip through Venmo at martinjohn_Garcia. I am, I don't know. I am really grateful to be here and to have your attention. I'll be traveling to New York to visit my love, Andy Scarantino, this week, and I'll be doing Tao of the Day from New York next week. Thank you so much, each and every one of you, for your attention and your appreciation and all of your listening. And until next time, keep recovering yourself.